NBA Youngboy's brother, Boy Young, has been making headlines lately for reasons that go beyond music. People online are pointing out how different their lives look now. One brother is living in luxury while the other is still stuck in the same streets they both grew up trying to escape. Fans and people in Baton Rouge are starting to ask questions. How does someone take care of everyone around them but not their own blood? This isn't just about family problems. It's about loyalty, priorities, and what fame really does to the people who come from nothing. Boy Young isn't some distant relative or fake claim to fame. He's NBA Youngboy's real brother. Same father, same home, same childhood. They went through the same struggles together, growing up in one of the toughest parts of Baton Rouge. Back then, they only had each other. When things got dangerous, they looked out for one another. When Youngboy started chasing music, Boy was right there behind him, watching his big brother become the face of their neighborhood. They shared the same pain, the same hunger, and the same dream to make it out. But now, everything that used to connect them seems to be gone. As Youngboy's fame grew, the distance between him and his brother did too. Youngboy is now living in mansions, driving expensive cars, surrounded by a team of people who depend on him. Meanwhile, Boy is still in Baton Rouge, facing serious legal trouble, stuck with a public defender and fighting to stay out of prison. It's a story that hits hard because it's not rare. When someone from the streets blows up, they often feel pressure to take care of everyone, except sometimes the people who matter most get left behind. Psychologically, it makes sense. When people make it out of dangerous environments, they don't always want reminders of where they came from. The trauma, the pain, the chaos, it's easier to move on than to face it again. For Youngboy, B-Way might represent that past he's trying to bury. But instead of helping his brother escape that world, he's turned away from it completely. The same brother who once had his back is now left to fight alone. And it's not like Youngboy doesn't have the means to help. This is someone who drops hundreds of thousands on jewelry, cars, and gifts for his crew. He takes care of friends, pays for their families, and makes sure the people around him are living comfortably. Yet, his own brother, his blood, is sitting behind bars without proper legal help. That's not about money anymore. That's a choice, a decision about who matters and who doesn't. In the streets, loyalty isn't supposed to change with success. Family comes first. That's how most people in Baton Rouge were raised. You can lose friends, fall out with your crew, but family is forever. That's the code. And when people see Youngboy ignoring that code, it hits differently. The same artist who built his image on being real, being loyal, and never forgetting where he came from is now being questioned by his own community for doing exactly that. Fans online are starting to say that Youngboy seems to take care of his friends better than his brother. They've seen him hand out cars, jewelry, and money to people in his circle, even those who don't rap or contribute to his success. Some of them get paid just for being around him. He treats his crew like family, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when the real family that shared your struggle gets left behind, it changes how people see you. Boy's not asking for fame. He's fighting for freedom. It's sad because there was a time when Boy looked up to Youngboy not just as a brother, but as hope. When they were younger, Youngboy's success wasn't just his dream. It was supposed to be both of theirs. They used to talk about making it out together, how music would change their lives, how one person's win was the other's too. But now, that dream feels one-sided. Youngboy got out, and Boy got left behind. And no matter how much money you make, that guilt doesn't go away easily. The emotional toll of that kind of abandonment runs deep. When your own blood turns their back during your lowest point, it breaks something inside you. You start questioning everything: loyalty, love, family. Boy's not just dealing with the legal system. He's dealing with the mental weight of being forgotten by someone who promised to always be there. That's not just pain, that's betrayal. Meanwhile, Youngboy's still out here rapping about loyalty and staying real. Every album, every song, he talks about standing by his people and never switching up. But actions speak louder than lyrics. You can rap about brotherhood all day, but if your own brother's sitting in jail with no support, those words start to sound empty. And that's exactly what fans are calling out now. What makes this situation even more real is how common it's become in hip-hop. We've seen it before. When fame and money come in, priorities change. The struggle that once united people turns into distant. The ones who helped build the foundation are left behind while new faces move in. The industry rewards whoever looks the most put together, not who's the most loyal. But here's the thing. Fans remember. They notice who you stand by and who you don't. They see the posts, the interviews, the silence. They know when someone's avoiding their past, and they're quick to call it out. That's why Youngboy's situation hits so hard. It's not just a family issue anymore. It's become a reflection of how fame can twist loyalty into something unrecognizable. If you go back and watch old clips of the two brothers, you can see how close they once were. The way Boy looked up to Youngboy, the way Youngboy protected him. It was genuine. Now, when people see that same bond broken, it feels personal because it reminds everyone watching how easy it is to lose touch with the people who mattered most once the world starts paying attention. Youngboy's fans are split right now. Some say he's got too much on his plate to be responsible for his brother's situation. Others say there's no excuse. When you've got the kind of resources he has, helping your family shouldn't even be a question, especially someone who was there before the fame, before the label deals, before the chart. And maybe, deep down, Youngboy knows that. Maybe that's why he stays quiet about it, because facing it would mean admitting he's failed the one person he should have never left behind. Success can change everything, but it shouldn't change who you are to the people who knew you before it all. Right now, Boy's future is uncertain. He's still fighting his case, still hoping for a break, still trying to find a way out of the situation he's in. Meanwhile, Youngboy continues to live comfortably, making music, touring, and providing for others. But every time a new photo drops of him with his crew, the same question keeps coming up. Where's his brother? This whole situation says a lot about how fame tests loyalty. It's easy to talk about being real when things are going right, but the real test comes when someone close to you needs help. That's when you find out what loyalty really means. And in this case, people are starting to think Youngboy failed that test. At the end of the day, this isn't just about two brothers. It's about how fame can separate people who were once inseparable. It's about what happens when someone gets everything they ever wanted but loses touch with the people who helped them survive before any of it mattered. And as more details come out about Boy's situation, more people are beginning to wonder if Youngboy will ever make things right, or if it's already too late to fix what's been broken.